Don't you do that.
She's fancy.
Fancy, because I have like a little button at the top. This way I can, instead of just writing everything down, I can just go over it later with someone.
Alright, take 2 points out of Arbiter of Light in the Holy Tree, put those 2 points into the Retribution Tree into Crusade. Go down the Holy Tree, take another point out of Blessed Life, fill Crusade in the Ret Tree, take the other point out of Blessed Life and put that into Eternal Glory in the Prot Tree. I would probably take out the Sacred Cleansing point, because you really don't cleanse anything in Firelands, hardly. If anything, Gat can do it. And a point out of... I know you are. And a point out of Enlightened Judgment, and put those into Avenging Paragon of Virtue, and actually start using Avenging Wrath, or if he's not using Light of Dawn at all, take that point out and putting it into Paragon of Virtue, because if you're not using Light of Dawn, there's no point in having that point in there at all, on the end of his Holy Tree. Other than that, he's, reforged correctly. Glyph of Beacon of Light, I'd probably switch out with, unless, during that Domo, he only switched his beacon twice. So I'd probably switch that out with something like, give me a second. Glyph of Divinity, which would give him 10% of his maximum mana, which is actually still bugged, so it's 20% of his maximum mana when he uses Lay on Hands, or Glyph of Lay on Hands, which reduces the cooldown of it by 3 minutes, so he'd have it generally, once for every fight, or every attempt. Other than that, again, he's got Light of Dawn Glyph, which increases the number of targets that's healed by Light of Dawn. If he's not using it, which he didn't in Domo at all, then, swap that out for either Divinity or, again, Lay on Hands. If he starts using it more, fine. That's no big deal. But other than that, his Word of Glory, Divine Favor, and Seal of Insight glyphs are fine. But again, as I noticed, his Prime Glyph's Divine Favor, which increases the duration of Divine Favor by 10 seconds. If he's not casting it at all in the fight, what's the point of having it?
Did you say there was something with his gems, too? You said his gems were okay?
His gems were probably fine enough. I mean, there could probably be, moving some around, but, for the content being that it's going to be old and, I don't know, a month or two,
no point.
Don't bother. Yeah, no big deal. A lot of times right now, with Spirit being so... Spirit, I've found, is really actually pretty bad for Holy Paladin. Just the amount of, Spirit that you can gain from all of your stuff, and the amount of regen that a Paladin actually gets from, getting 200, 300, 400 more Spirit is just minuscule, and you won't even notice it generally in combat. So, right now, a lot of, the 20 Spirit, 20 int gems that he has could just be refilled with, 40 int, just to simply give him more spell power, bigger heals,
Yeah, I never really noticed him having mana issues anyway,
Right. And, yeah, like I said, I just reforged out of 1k Spirit, and I have no mana problems at all, so... It all depends on how you heal. If you're spamming Flash or Divine Light, then you're going to have problems. Other than that, not really. All about mana management. But he's reforging is fine. His set bonuses and which pieces he picked out are fine.
Just needs to have the upgrades drop.
Yep, exactly. His enchants are fine. If he wanted to, he could do the 35 mastery and minor movement speed on his boots or something instead of the haste, but doesn't really matter.
I thought Mastery wasn't very good for Holy Paladin.
Max, look at the link I